Hello, and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Austin Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. Driver ratings does divide opinion. Comment down below yours. And yeah, let's jump into it. Max, 8.5. He dominated the sprint. In main qualifying he got second, would have been on pole if not for George Russell's yellow flag. And he gets a podium. Shouldn't be on the podium, but gets a podium. And he extends his title lead. He defended well against Norris. Controversial. People say Max pushed Norris off. I mean, yeah, he's easily the four-time champion. And the title is over. A decent weekend for Max. Sergio Perez, 0. It's got to be 0. And the sooner Red Bull sack this guy, the better. P10, an absolute disgrace. Then he finishes 7th, stuck behind the Racing Bulls, stuck behind the sister team for long periods. It's utterly embarrassing. It's poor, and no way he should still be in that Red Bull. Yeah. Just sits behind lap after lap and doesn't put an overtake. It's his home race next. I mean, there should be riots, really. He has to lose his seat. Not good enough. Lewis Hamilton, 0. Now, I'm going to absolutely tear this guy to bits. What is that, Lewis Hamilton? Have a look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself that you are Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest of all time. 0, 0, and 0. And anyone in the comments dares gives Lewis Hamilton over 0, I'm going to lose it with you. That is a shit weekend from start to finish. Qualifying, the race, he even spun in practice 1. Horseshit. I never ever remember Lewis Hamilton having such a shit weekend. It was a disgrace, it was a disaster, and one of his worst in Formula 1. Honestly, Lewis, that is disgraceful. Absolutely awful. It's his favourite track as well, so there's no excuses. Had the same issue as George Russell. But yeah, absolutely awful, Lewis Hamilton. George Russell, 4. Again, he's not getting any favouritism from me. Oh, it's a great drive back through the field. Well, George caused that in the first place. So, I mean, he crashes in qualifying. Unnecessary, really poor. Starts from the pit lane, comes through, finishes 6th. It's a great fight back. But he shouldn't be in that position in the first place if he doesn't crash the car. Charles Leclerc, 9.5. Finally, Charles Leclerc delivers on a Sunday. Amazing battle with Carlos Sainz in the sprint. And then in the race, perfect start, P4 to P1, and never look back. Dominant drive by Charles Leclerc. And this guy will cause problems to Lewis Hamilton next season. He's a great driver, a quality driver. But yeah, he needs to convert more poles to wins. But that was quality. And Charles Leclerc is on for second in the drivers. Now you might think I'm crazy saying that, but don't be surprised if Charles Leclerc finishes second in the drivers. Carlos Sainz, 9. God tier this weekend. Absolutely God tier. He was my favourite for the race. Superb. He was on fire in the sprint race. Finished P3. Finishes second. 1-2 for the team. And yeah, Carlos Sainz is too good for Williams. And it's a disgrace that he's going to Williams, really. But he has to keep a drive in Formula 1. But yeah, Carlos was superb. Lando Norris, 6. It's got to be 6. Oh my god. Big lockup in turn 1 in the sprint race. He gets pole position, which was kind of lucky due to the yellow flag, but it was a superb lap. Probably outperformed the car. But then again, Lando Norris, in a nutshell, watch that race back, and that is why Lando Norris will never be world champion in Formula 1. Moves over to defend from Max, and then basically still leaves him a gap. Oh, let my mate through. And then ages stuck behind Max again and again. Couldn't get the job done. A rinse repeat of Austria. Not brutal enough, too nice. Didn't want to upset his mate. Is the reason he won't be world champion. And he'll probably end up 3rd in the drivers, which is absolutely just no bottle. Oscar Piastri, 4. Awful weekend by Oscar. He's not getting any favouritism. Inconsistent. World class at Baku. Shit at Singapore. Shit at Austin. What is it about, Oscar? You need more consistency. Yeah, just fifth. Fifth, off the pace. Yeah, not good enough, Oscar Piastri. Fernando Alonso, 6th. Dreadful sprint, and he got done by Stroll, but he qualified 8th. Finished 13th. Aston Martin just don't have the pace. Yeah, let's hope they improve under Newey. Lance Stroll, 3. Yeah, qualified 14th. How was your qualifying, Lance? Yeah. How was your race? Good. You know, short answers. Just can't think of what to say. Finished 15th. He needs sacking. But yeah, Lawrence will not do it. Gasly, 8. Now, Gasly deserved points. He had a sensational weekend. He qualified 7th, my qualifying star. He got boosted to 6th with Russell going to the back. Finished 12th. He deserved points. As soon as he put the hard tyre on, that killed his race. But he absolutely battered Ocon and deserved points, in my opinion. Esteban Ocon, 5. Qualified 13th. He was happy and positive with that. Yeah, finished 18th. Ocon got hit by Albon at the start, which basically ruined his race. Colapinto had the fastest lap, so Esteban Ocon set the fastest lap to take them points away from Williams. Yes, so that is a positive that he got fastest lap. Alex Albon, 3. Yep, where are you, Alex Albon? Track limits and a spin in sprint qualifying. Alex Albon is seeming to... He needs to up his game. There's no doubting about it. He looks world class against Logan Sargent. Yeah, my nan would look world class against Logan Sargent. As soon as he gets a compliant teammate and a competitive teammate, he looks like a lost lamb. We know he can't handle pressure given his Red Bull regime. So yeah, he needs to up it for me. Really poor weekends, and he must step it up. He hits the back of Esteban Ocon in turn 1. Obviously that can happen at any track, but just not good enough, Alex Albon. Yeah, he needs to up it. Collie Dog Colapinto, 9. Honestly, this guy, brilliant again. Brilliant again. His first time at Circuit of the Americas. Do you think that's going to affect him? Don't be stupid. He's barked his way into the points. Collie Dog Colapinto. He qualified 17th. He got outdone by Albon in main quali, but P10. Wow, outstanding. Super first long stint. Deserves an F1 drive. Really impressive. And youngsters deserve a chance in F1. Collie Dog Colapinto. He's done it again. Steps up. Brilliant. 1'1'5". Yeah. Qualified 11th. Towed by Liam Lawson. Finished 14th. Yes. He spun at turn 1. I think he spun at turn 1 purely because he was angry that Lawson came out ahead of him. Undercut by Liam. And he also got that criminal 5-second penalty. I forgot to mention that on George Russell as well. Yuki Tsunoda and George Russell, that penalty they got was criminal. Trying to overtake and they got a penalty. Wow. Oh, we missed lesbian. Liam, the lesbian Lawson. Wow, I nearly missed him. He starts last. He started in Philadelphia. 60 place penalties. He towed Yuki in qualifying. He finished 9th. And it's another great first race for Liam, the lesbian Lawson. Very solid drive. And Perez has had an absolute stinker. Lawson is putting his name out there for the Red Bull seat. 1'1's going to be overlooked because he doesn't fit the regime. Yeah. Lawson has waited ages for his opportunity and he's grasping it. Valtteri Bottas, 5. I mean, yeah. He's 23rd in the championship. Wow. But I feel bad for him. He's a former race winner. And that Sauber is absolutely dog shit. Finishes 17th. Guan Yu Zhou, 0. I mean, last. Spins in the race under no pressure. Conning a seat. And he is the worst driver on the grid at the minute. Nico Hulkenberg, 7.5. I actually believe Magnussen was the better driver this weekend. Even though Hulkenberg's finished ahead of Magnussen. Yeah, Great sprint qualifying. P12 in main qualifying, big lock up turn 1. Finished 8th in the race, and that is points on Racing Bulls in the Constructors. Kevin Magnussen, 8. Like I say, I think he was the better Haas driver this weekend. Like Gasly, he deserved points. Brilliant sprint race. Main qualifying, finished 9th. Yellow flag hampered him. He believed he could have been higher. P11. Deserved points in my opinion. Yeah, I thought he was really good this weekend. Kevin Magnussen. So there we have it. Driver ratings for the Austin Grand Prix. Comment down below yours. Driver ratings does divide opinion. And straight away we got another race as we go into Mexico. Really excited. It was a good weekend. Great to see F1 back on the screen. Yeah, really enjoyed the race actually. It was good. Adios. Adios.